What's up Trophy Hunter, there is a new sale in the PlayStation Store, the 30th anniversary sale. In this video I will show you some easy platinums worth trying you will probably not have on your radar. So you will not see a typically easy game like Spider-Man in this video. But no worries, because I also tried to avoid the hardcore shovelware games. We're jumping right into it and start with some very cheap ones. The first game on my list is Mystic Warriors Battleground. The game is also available on PS4, just 30 cents if you're PS Plus member. In this game you have to fight through waves of enemies, and after each completed wave you can upgrade your character. Unfortunately, the trophy list in this game is very boring. You basically only need to unlock level 12 and the platinum is yours. It will roughly take 20 minutes. But keep in mind there is plenty of more after unlocking the platinum in this game. So for 30 cents, definitely worth a try. Next is an indie horror title. Well, the full price is already cheap, $2, but if you're PS Plus member you can buy it right now for $1.20. Well, if you know what to do you can get the platinum within 15 minutes, but without the guide it probably will take 40 to 60 minutes. There are also plenty of cheap and funny jump scares. The next game is one of my all-time favorites, The Long Reach. Long-time trophy hunters definitely know the game, but if you're new you probably never heard of it. Only $1.50 instead of $15. This one is a really great pixel art horror adventure game with a very atmospheric soundtrack. The game also has some missables in form of collectibles. If you haven't played the game yet, I highly recommend give the game a try. It's super cheap and definitely worth the money. The next game on my list is Macrotis. This is a puzzle platformer. Well, there are hundreds of puzzle platformers available in the PSN store, but I personally would say this one counts to the better ones. Of course, there's also a story in the background which is basically very sad. Trophy-wise, so far as I know, all trophies are story related and nothing is missable. So for just $3 you get a pretty solid and enjoyable puzzle platformer. If you're looking for more action you can give Subdivision Infinity DX a try. Usually the game is $15, but now you can buy it for just $1.50. Well, if you like this kind of genre, it's definitely a must buy for this small amount of money. There are also some minor RPG elements in the game. One trophy can be a bit buggy, the trophy Wealthy. You need to collect 500,000 gold coins. The trophy unlocks probably a bit later than it should. One of the last good Need for Speed games, Need for Speed Heat, is also on sale, $3.49, but keep in mind it's the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition comes with a few more cars, a rank boost and a money boost. Trophy wise it's not really difficult, it's just a bit time consuming. There are 2 multiplayer trophies, but they're super easy, just complete 25 events with another player. Next one is Pumpkin Jack, just $6 instead of $30. The game is also cross-buy. And no, the game does not support cross-save or autopop. Trophy wise pretty straightforward, complete the game and get the collectibles. There are 2 missable trophies, but they're almost impossible to miss. So if you have already completed all the medieval games and looking for something similar, Pumpkin Jack is definitely your game. Next game is an old-time classic, The Legend of Dragoon. The game is cross-buy between PS4 and PS5 but does not support cross-save or autopop. This one is an old-school turn-based JRPG game. Trophy-wise the platinum is pretty straightforward, 90% of the trophies are story-related. The other 10% can be missed if you pass the point of no return. You can save your game anytime, and keep in mind there is also a rewind function which makes everything a lot easier. Next one with 50% off, War. Keep in mind the game is also available on PS4. This one is a simple but beautiful looking platformer. Everything can be done in a single playthrough, but keep in mind there are 4 missable trophies. However, you should be able to unlock all the trophies in this game within 3 to 4 hours. I would say the next game on my list is a bit of a hidden gem, Cats and the Other Lives. This is a pixel graphic point and click adventure game where you play as a cat. Be aware there are some missable trophies. If you're looking for a good trophy or achievement guide, I highly recommend to check Steam. Very good game for a solid price, $7 instead of $20. Next game on my list is Lifeless Moon, and I think this game deserves a little bit more love. The game is cross-buy but unfortunately only 20% off. The game does not support cross-save or autopop. It's basically a walking simulator with sci-fi settings. Well, there are some easy puzzles and some minor platforming. If you enjoy games like Deliver Us Moon or Deliver Us Mars, you will also like this one. But like I said before, the price could be a little bit better, but it's definitely a worth playing easy platinum. Next one, Martha is Dead, pretty good deal, just $7.50. The game is also cross-buy but does not support cross-save or autopop. The game is a first-person psychological thriller. Most of the trophies are miscellaneous and collectibles, but nothing is really missable because there is chapter select. I wouldn't spend $30 on it, but $7.50 is a good price. Next one is another first-person adventure game, The Gap, also cross-buy but does not support cross-save or auto-pop. $9.90 instead of $22. This is the biggest price drop yet. All the trophies can be obtained in one playthrough. There are 2 different endings, but like I said before, it can be done in a single playthrough. With a guide you can easily breeze through the game within 2 hours. Next game on my list is EXO 1, only $3.40 instead of $17. This is the biggest price drop yet, and the game is also cross-buy. But keep in mind there is no cross-save or auto-pop. The game is an exploration sci-fi adventure game, where you navigate, let's say, an alien ship through landscapes. The game got a lot of hype on PC, but nobody really cared about the game on consoles. So for this small amount of money it's definitely a good time to try the game. Technically it's possible to unlock all the trophies in a single playthrough, but you probably will end up with at least 2 playthroughs. For a handful of trophies I highly recommend use a guide. You can find a lot of information about the game on Steam. The PSN store is flooded with simulator games and most of them are just cash grab. But the game Bum Simulator is an exception. The game definitely counts to the good simulator games and you will end up having some fun with it. Trophy wise it's a simple and straightforward one. Complete the main quest, complete all the side quests, level up and collect all the collectibles. Next game on my list is an old school survival horror game, Crow Country. The game is cross-buy but does not support cross-save or auto-pop. If you are new to this genre you probably have some difficulties with it, but if you're familiar with this kind of games you shouldn't have big problems at all. I really enjoyed this game, I had a lot of fun with it. Well, basically it's possible to unlock everything in a single playthrough, but I guess you will definitely end up with at least 2 playthroughs. The hardest trophy in the game is to complete the game with an S rank. S rank requires to complete the game without dying, use less than 10 healing items and you need to find at least 14 of 15 secrets. It's definitely one of the trickier titles in this list, but I highly recommend give the game a try, it's really good. If you need some assistance, you can find a full platinum walkthrough on my channel. Next one is another horror title, Still Wakes the Deep. I personally would say it's basically The Thing on an oil rig. Well, if you know what to do, you can get the platinum within 3 hours, but I highly recommend play through the game for the first time without a guide or a walkthrough, just enjoy the game. The game also deserves to be on the list Best Easy Platinums of 2024. Next we have another worth playing simulation game, House Flipper 2. Very enjoyable and fun game, perfect to relax. Nothing is really missable because if you miss a collectible or a full house, just replay the tasks. Unlocking all the trophies in the game will roughly take 20 to 25 hours. The next game on my list are basically 3 games, Shadowrun Trilogy. Only $8 instead of $40, and the game is cross-buy between PS4 and PS5. It's a strategy game with turn-based combat. Like I said before, there are 3 games, each game plays similar, but each game comes with a different setting. And yes, each game comes with its own platinum. The trophy list for each game are almost identical and you can play the entire game on easy. Keep in mind there are some missables, but you can make manual saves, so save very often. For each title you need roughly 20 to 25 hours. The next game on my list is Broken Sword Reforged. Well, in Germany the game is called Baphomets Fluch. Probably one of the greatest point-and-click adventure games of all time. Trophy-wise, well, fortunately there's only one missable trophy called Everyone's Buzzing. So if you play through the game without the guide, keep an eye on that trophy. Next game on my list is Sword and Fairy Together Forever. The game is cross-buy between PS4 and PS5, and the game supports cross-save and it's possible to auto-pop the platinum from PS4 to PS5. There are no difficulty related trophies, so it's possible to unlock all the trophies on the easiest difficulty. So guys, this was my list for some easy and fun platinums you can buy right now in the 3rd anniversary PSN sale. I hope you found this video useful, thanks for the attention, see you in my next one.